Welcome to our town hall. Our screen is still on gallery. We get to see all you guys signing in. It's great to see ya. People are chiming in. Andy, turn off your audio. Just kidding. It's like connecting the audio on my screen when your face popped up. So anyway, hey, happy summer, everyone.
I know. Redding decided to smack us in the face with summer.
I think California forgot how to use an air conditioner and just decided to melt the entire state. Anyway, well, we are. I hope wherever you are, you have working AC.
Yes.
And plenty of water to drink. And it's not 5 o'clock yet, but it will be. And Friday, no less. So whatever libations you enjoy for this it's Father's Day weekend.
I know.
What do I get for Father's Day, babe?
I can't tell you yet, but I am really excited. I got you something fun.
Oh, you did?
Well, okay. So he knows one of his gifts and it's boring. He broke. So we just moved. We moved into a new house. We're very excited. It's so if you guys don't know our story, our house burned down in the car fire. We had a very long season of transition.
You know what was, I just realized this earlier this week. One of the saddest things that we lost in the car fire, I had every single Compass t-shirt we ever produced. And now,
I know we still miss some of the oldies but goodies.
I know, but now if you see me in a shirt, you know it came after July of 2018. I don't know if I'm wearing a shirt, you know it was released after July of 18.
Anyway, so then we had this long transition, and we had a beautiful home, but we knew it wasn't our forever home, and we just moved in last weekend officially to our new home. And as we were unpacking, his razor fell and broke. And so I was like, Father's Day. And so I went and bought him a new razor. If you guys had seen him, he was getting kind of bushy. So it was.
I think the COVID beard was not my thing.
So he was also saying, goodness gracious, how much gray is in that beard? I'm like, if it's a little more close to your face, people won't notice.
So. Oh my gosh. So I was at Wells Fargo yesterday and some dude was wearing a mask because he was helping me. He had his beard was like hanging out. It was out of his mask. I swear. What are those? He looked like wasn't that bad guy in the Jack Sparrow movie? Davy Jones. He looked like Davy Jones, with his.
So Eric was heading that way. So he got a new razor but I got him something else because I wanted one little baby surprise. So I'm very proud of myself. It's yeah. You'll be surprised that I thought of it and remembered. Okay, but anyway, so
happy Father's Day to all my co-fathers out there. And I think, what I think? I think Mother's Day and Father's Day should basically be what we celebrate instead of birthdays.
I do really like Mother's Day. It's like a day you get to say, thus it shall be on this day.
Yes. That, or if you're a mom and you had a baby, well, obviously you would have a baby if you had a mom, but on your
not
child,
necessarily.
Well, that's true. But whatever that child's birthday was, they should give the gift to mom.
Yeah, that's what everyone always says.
Anything, but just go.
No, you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate your life happening. Anyway. Yes, it's Father's Day. It's also our anniversary next week. So we are leaving on vacay. So we kind of got a little vacay vibe on right now, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we're headed to Cancun. We're so excited.
20th anniversary.
20th. But we're taking our kids. I know that's maybe a little weird, but our kids wanted to go last summer. We had actually promised them last summer, and then of course no one did anything last summer. So we promised them this summer, and we're like, we'll just make it our anniversary trip. And so
her parents are going.
My parents are going too.
So this is not the love boat we're hopping on. So this is the family celebrate the anniversary trip.
I'm gonna brag on my husband for 1 second, then we'll head on. He's so sweet to my parents. He is the best son-in-law ever. So my mom has mobility issues. It's challenging for her to walk long distances, and so traveling with her you have to be a little bit creative, but we're always creative because it's so fun to travel with my parents. He spent our points, many of our points. We have a lot of points from all our credit cards. And he got them first class tickets. So they get to, so my parents get to go first class for like the first time. They're so excited.
I want to be there when the flight attendant or air stewardess or air server, whatever you call a person, walks up and go, Mr. Huffmaster,
I know.
would you like a drink?
It's going to be really fun. My dad, especially. My dad's an old farmer. And
I'll have a Coke.
It's going to be my dad. Okay. Anyway, fortunately, my parents do not watch our town hall.
I don't think your dad would be offended by that. That's a pretty spot on.
That is a pretty good version of my dad. So anyway,
you really could be Santa. If he grew out the beard, you could be Santa Claus.
Yeah,
he's got the laugh. You got dialed in.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, enough about us. We're going to head into our town hall now. Hopefully, we gave y'all plenty of time to get on while we vamped here for 5 minutes. We are going to head into
welcome. We will begin shortly. We're beginning. Hey, we've begun. All right. So 5 minutes of COVID. And so how many of you miss your masks? Just curious. Raise your hand if you want us to go back to wearing masks all the time. Well, so the big news actually of the day, and literally of the day just happened. Of the day just happened last night. We got released this morning. California OSHA. That's the brilliant people, and I do put air quotes around the word brilliant, who tell everybody how to be safe at work. They proposed that if a new rule, and the governor signed an executive order to make it immediate, so we don't even have to wait, that if you have been vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask at work.
No, we had sent out a memo saying the same thing, but fortunately, and good for us and everybody else, OSHA says the same thing now too.
Exactly, because if OSHA had said that we had to wear masks, we would have had a little bit of an issue. But
oh, you're doing your spin thing.
I can't help it. I talk with my waist. Our next town hall, we're gonna get one of those bubble chairs. You see those? I think Jen has one. Are you on right now, Jen? Yeah. It's one of those bouncy yoga balls in a chair. And
Val has one too, and you watch them like as they talk.
Well, it's funny too because when Val, I'm gonna embarrass Val. Val, you there? Are you on camera? You're not on my screen, but if you are, I'm really going to embarrass you right now. She'll sit there in a meeting and just do this. And I'm like, ooh, Val's getting the core in today. Anyway, so I just have a little swivel chair. So
and he keeps swiveling.
And it's a little distracting for Sadie, but I can't help it. I have so much enthusiastic energy. It has to leak out. Anyway. All right. Anyway, so what was I saying? You're eating up my 5 minutes of COVID. Thank you very much.
See, OSHA says.
So bottom line is, if you have been vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask. Full stop. If you have been vaccinated, congratulations. If you've not been vaccinated, according to California's safety policy, you still should wear a mask when you're at work and you're not alone. Compass is But so let me tell you how we're going to roll at Compass, and it complies with the state. Basically, if you have been vaccinated, you are free to move about the country. You are free to move about the cabin. And hallelujah, breathe on people. It's all good. If you've not been vaccinated, I really, 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 really encourage you to go get vaccinated, but we're not even going to require you to tell us one way or the other. So it's pure honor system.
Yes, we're going to work our value of honor.
And trustworthiness. And if you say you're vaccinated, cool beans. I'm not going to be checking vaccination cards. But again, basically you don't have to wear your mask. The only time, even if you are vaccinated, that you will have to wear a mask is if you are working inside a client's home and they or their conservator require people to wear masks, even if they're vaccinated. We will honor the client's choice. It's, their home is their castle. We will honor that. But the minute you walk out the door, even if you're with the client, you're outside, their castle stepped at the door. So they don't control, nobody controls anybody but themselves. And so if you're vaccinated, you don't want to wear a mask. If you're going for a walk in the park, even if you need to wear one in the house, you don't have to wear one outside. Okay?
Yeah, but you would wear it in the car too.
Yeah, in the car, in that enclosed space.
Anywhere that's enclosed.
Only though if they require it. I do want to say one thing. Please, if you or any of your staff or have an opinion about the vaccine, don't talk about that in front of the clients. We want to make sure that the clients aren't confused.
There's some really good resources out there, both on all sides of the spectrum. Some really good resources. So we are not experts and shouldn't play one on TV. You get to control your own body, so be an expert on your own body. But as far as our clients go, point them towards really good resources, help them understand those resources, but don't give them your opinion.
Exactly, because it can be confusing, and many of our clients do suffer from, intellectual delay. I think that's the correct term, right? Is that it?
Let's use it for today.
We'll use
Sure.
it for today, and they very well may be unfairly influenced by, if you say, some people might say this, I don't know, I think, but some people might say this, and they might take that as gospel and then be afraid, because they really want to make their staff happy. So just be conscientious of that power that we have, and don't talk clients out of getting a vaccine. Okie doke. Well, that's 5 minutes of COVID.
All right. Yay. Moving on. All right. So we get to do my favorite segment. That's where we talk coffee chats with an individual that we serve. But today we're going to talk to someone that is an individual we previously served. That's a teaser. So Brandon, you want to turn on your mic?
Yeah, I'm on.
Hi, Brandon. Where are you today?
I'm actually right next to your door.
I know. I saw him as I walked in. I'm like, I'm going to see you in camera in a minute. So why are you in our office today, Brandon?
Just browsing around. I thought I might say hi.
So you're basically a stalker, is what you're doing.
No, go ahead, brag on yourself. What's your new job?
I am now a life coach trainee, so I'm working my way up.
Yeah. But you also had something else cool happen recently. Yes.
So,
what else did you accomplish?
So a while ago, I just received my associate's degree in human services. So from there, I'll work my experience working with you guys. So.
Yeah. So we wore the shirt in honor of you. Do you remember going on this retreat with us?
Yes. Thank you for the kind gesture.
Yeah. So we first met Brandon on retreats. He came on retreats and he was just a young guy back then. But we were so impressed with him right away. He was cleaning tables. He was helping people. And so you really stood out, Brandon, as someone who has a heart for people and has a heart to make a difference. And so I remember going, let's watch that Brandon guy. He's cool. He's got a lot of cool stuff he's up to. And then when you said it was your dream to work with, with people with disabilities and a dream to work, be a social worker, we were like, yes, we've been all cheering for you for a while now and excited to see this next step for you.
Yes, thank you.
So you've been helping out in our office for a little while. What do you think about that?
That's actually pretty cool. I like helping people meet and greet and answering phones and whatever help you guys need. I definitely would love to learn how that task goes out to be, how I need to learn it from certain individuals.
Yeah.
Cool.
So did I hear you're doing some virtual, are you doing some virtual visits right now? Is that part of what you're helping with?
That's what I am currently trying to do. There's a few clients that are still not getting back to, but I'm definitely going to keep calling them to give me an email or something so I can send out a Zoom video chat.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. All right. Well, anything else you want to share with everyone listening? As far as so how's this journey been for you? I mean, getting your AA, that's been a dream for a long time. How do you feel? And any tips?
That's definitely an accomplishment. I would say keep on moving. If there's anyone who is currently trying to get their associate's degree, you can go step by step, either by going class, maybe 2-3 classes throughout the week, or actually trying to do it full time. Make sure you limit yourself and not overwork yourself.
That's great advice. So just kind of take it slow, take what you can on, and then just keep going, huh? Keep trucking.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, we have a comment. Oh, so you've already been on one of the retreats? What did
Yeah,
I
I was
just?
actually helping some of you guys with the venture retreat.
Oh, cool. What'd you think?
It was pretty cool. Met a lot of few new faces, and actually one of them was helping me cook. It was Luke.
Nice.
He
Nice.
helped me did some barbecuing and helped me did some of the breakfast meals.
That's so
So-
awesome. Yeah. So Erica said you were crazy helpful on the adventure retreat. So
Yeah.
The facility, isn't it very nice? Don't you like our
Yes,
facility?
they're very nice.
I mean, that wasn't prompted at all, but
Yes, they're very well styled, so it was pretty nice.
Cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
What was your favorite thing that you got to do up there?
I was actually going out to the lake. It was pretty relaxing.
cool. Did you go on a kayak?
No, I was a little not scared, but nervous that I was not able to paddle with another person. But I definitely stayed out in the water for a little bit and then stayed into the dry land.
No, that's good. Know your place, man. Know your place. Well, very cool.
All right. Well,
Well, hey, we're super proud of you, Brandon.
and yeah, and we
Well,
just
thank
want to
you.
say a hearty congratulations because I know, like we said, it's been your stated goal for a while. You honestly, your goal was to work at Compass, right? Like this was actually the goal, not
Yeah,
just
this
to work
was my
anywhere.
my main goal. So
That is so. So what's next? Do you have a new goal?
yeah,
thought
I'm
about it yet?
actually working on with a few of Compass how to transport myself from client to client, and whatever they need help with, I can try to help them as the best way I can.
Oh,
Right
cool.
on.
All right. Well, I know we're creative and we're going to come up with a great solution for that
Cool.
because I think that you will make a tremendous difference. You're so fun to talk to, but you're also like you've been there, you understand it probably better than most people what it's like to go after a goal and achieve it.
And you have such a great attitude. You're really a kind person, and you got great hair. Ladies, he's single. All right, man. Okay. I won't
All
hurt
right.
you anymore, Brandon. But thanks for coming on with us. And again, congratulations. Well done.
Thank
We're proud
you.
of you, and love having you. Love having you contribute to what we do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
All right. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
I know. So we're going to introduce a new segment that's going to probably be my new favorite segment. It's the one where I don't have to talk. Just kidding. This is where we just were, as we were kind of talking this through and like, what is a town hall and what do we want it to be? We wanted it to be an opportunity for us to really celebrate each other. And even though, we don't get to hang out, like, you know what I mean? We're all online, but just to experience what's happening in our community. And we experience it, we have the newsletter, which of course I encourage you to read. Of course, we have our social media. So we have a lot of ways to experience our community. But this town hall is another way to experience our community. And we wanted you to start experiencing our community from more than just Eric and Sadie.
Exactly. So experiencing our community is a big deal.
Yeah. And we would like to have some of our regional managers start sharing some of the good news so that we can all be encouraged and know what's going on inside of the organization. And so we, of course, someone who doesn't mind talking, Josh from Far North is going to go ahead and share some good news from the Far North.
Yeah.
So he gets to brag on him and his team and the clients. And
as you know, Josh is a bit of a shrinking violet, so we really had to ask him to come out of his shell and be a little vulnerable and speak on. But I'm kidding. He loves being in front of folks.
it's all right. It's the me that Eric sees in himself. So it all works
Exactly.
out.
Of course, right now I don't see Josh, so
Oh my gosh.
There he is.
I thought about jokingly just mouthing it, not actually having words come out just to be facetious, but then I just couldn't pull myself to do it. So I get the rest of the time today, right? No, honestly, though,
yes, honey, smoke him if you got him. Josh is on.
We're muted.
not muted. I heard you. So actually, I could go on forever. I emailed my teams and asked them to send me some good news, and I got inundated. I actually just started grabbing the first few that started coming to me and sent them to Mary. So real quick, just some of the good things on the top left there. Our client ILS Siskiyou, his name is Clint, And he came from a very, very harmful family environment, housing environment. There was like 10, 12 people living in this tiny, tiny space. And over the course of time, our coaches helped him get his own place. He lives independently, and that is lasagna. That is the first meal that one of the first meals that he made independently. And that smile says it all. So that's pretty cool news for Clint up in Siskiyou. If you go down underneath him and then opposite side, Stephanie in the blue there, she's in ILS here in Shasta County. And what you can't tell is that is a bowl of strawberries. They're at a strawberry festival. And actually, Stephanie was at our retreat recently, and we're like, okay, let's talk about the movie. And she's like, Josh, can I say something? I'm like, sure, go ahead. She said, I've been watching movies for a year and a half. Can we just sit together? And so she reminded me what community was, and actually her friend enjoying a plate of strawberries also. That was the first time that they got to connect in person since this whole pandemic had happened. So that was huge news for her as well. That bottom middle section, that's in Red Bluff. We've got an apartment complex that we took over, and we have other clients that come and visit, but they're having a birthday party. And what you can't see, but if you like pinched in and zoomed in, there are smiles on faces I haven't seen in a very long time. And they're laughing and they're having a blast. So they're doing a great job bringing community. On the right side there, that little picture with Jenny and a bowling ball, which you can't see behind her is BJ, but they got to go bowling for the first time. I don't know if I'm going to remember how to bowl. It's been so long, but as you can see, it brought such great joy. So good news all around. Really proud of our clients and our teams and everything that they're doing. The next slide is our retreats. If you haven't gone on a retreat yet, you're missing out. Seriously. Like, I've gotten to be a part of all three. I've been going up for the lake day. You can see the top left, everybody's hiding underneath the tent there because it was hot. Nigel from Options told me, he's like, how can you do this? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, the heat. It's so bad. It's so bad. Anyway, it was hot. We had a blast. I felt like playing a little Florida, Georgia line there, getting this thing stuck. We got 2 cars stuck in the mud. But don't worry, we found a better spot for the next 2 retreats. But it was really just a positive all around. There's moments where, one of our clients screamed like, oh my gosh, this is the most fun I've had in so long. Ron there, he's got his fists up like this. I asked him, I was like, how was that? He's like, that's the first time I've ever been on a kayak in my life. It was so cool. So anyway, if you haven't signed up, there's still space for some. I'm being told that I also missed the art event. I did. There was also another Tehama and Butte County art event at the top middle there. What you don't see is they're all holding up canvases, and it looks like cucumbers, but they're all giraffes. But they went and took over a farmer's market, and they spent some creative time really expressing themselves in art. But as you can see, there's quite a few of us that came together to celebrate community again. So community is our lifeblood, and I'm proud of our teams. Good job. Back to you in the studio.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So I gotta ask, how was the kayaking?
Kayaking was great. We have a kayak that's got stabilizers to help for those that are worried about flipping. I think of David in RCRC. He went out there and you hear him screaming, "Wah!" the whole time. It's not because he's in trouble or having scared or anything. He's just so excited. His smile just converted to a scream for like 20 minutes solid.
That's pretty awesome.
Now David's in a wheelchair, isn't he?
David's in a wheelchair. So his staff, Hugo, and the rest of the team, I know Jeff was there. Shout out to them. Like, we're dragging wheelchairs across the sand so that we can get them into the kayaks. There's one, I think his name's Paul, where he's stiff as a board, just laying across the kayak while his staff, Jeff, is rowing because he's like, I'm gonna fall. But he's just smiling out there. There was one instance where one of them flipped, and we have 2 lifeguards on duty, and they were there in seconds, smiles and laughter the whole time. I
hear the lifeguards are kind of cute too.
Yeah, I hear they're delightful. Okay, it's our daughter and Jen and Brandon's daughter. Our girls went and were willing to go get certified for us, and then they've been going up there, driving up there and being our lifeguards. So
But anyways,
I'm glad they took their job seriously and were in the water as soon as they needed to be. Good job,
yeah,
Elizabeth and Trinity.
absolutely.
Yep, shout out to them. They did great. Really great job from the team lead. The team leads too. Nigel, Julia, Courtney led the first one, and then Hannah, Bunker, and you have to clarify last names because there's like 12 Hannahs at Compass now.
We're not. Didn't we state a policy that we're not hiring any more people named Hannah or Jennifer?
Yeah, and Jennifer specifically, because we've used all versions of Jennifer now.
Jen.
There are none left. We got Jen with 2 N's, with 1 N, Jenny, Jennifer. So we're out of options.
Just kidding, but not. But anyway, that's awesome. I'm so glad. That really makes me happy to hear that those experiences have been so successful.
All right. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Josh before he has to turn off his mic?
Jennifer and Emma did a great job too. Just throwing that out there too.
Yes. Everyone got to see Jennifer is now a star. I sent her throughout the whole organization.
The dancing queen. Jeez.
Were you mad at me, Jennifer? I'm sorry. Anyway, because it was just too awesome not to share. I loved it so much. I mean, these kinds of things, you guys know already, but these kinds of things truly transform people's lives. I've seen it now for many, many years, but also it transforms our lives, each and every one of them. Like it transforms my life again, just to see our clients and our staff really become family in such a short period of time on a retreat. So,
And I've loved so far how it hasn't just been a staff person and a client who are in a relationship at the retreat. It's been people from different parts of our Compass world getting connected and becoming friends and making memories.
yeah.
Which really I just love that universality of what we do.
Yeah.
And our community, and that if our culture works for you, all of our culture, any spot's
Yeah.
gonna work for you.
Yeah,
So,
Nigel was on the very first one from Options. So brand new, never done retreats before in our culture and in our environment, but went on the very first one. So I actually wrote him a card telling him thank you for being willing to do that. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
absolutely.
All right.
Didn't get any heat.
Did we get any questions or comments or rude remarks for Josh?
Okay.
Okay. Well, Mary's married to him, so she could make a rude remark if she wanted to, but okay.
She said no thanks.
Okay.
Out of her mouth.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Far North, for all that you're doing. I know you guys are super excited to get back to events and doing stuff together. So it's fun to see that you guys are already getting started with that. Okay, well, speaking of retreats, we have a few spots left. And as you kind of see that as we get, so we take a month off, the month of July, and that's because the retreat center already had guests for the month of July. So we couldn't kick those people out. So the other people will be there for the month of July, but then we get to come back in August. And the retreats there, you can see we have some spots left. We have 2 adventure retreats left. So kayaking looks fun, or the other things they're doing. So it doesn't sound like a movie, sounds very fun to people, but all the other stuff that's up there, if you're interested in adventure retreats, we still have some spots left. And you got some time because it's not until August. And I'm a little mad at Josh for saying it's hot up there. It is not hot compared to Redding. So if you live in Redding, you'll be like, it's cool. Because it's actually like in the evenings and stuff, it's cools off, where like in Redding in July and August does not cool off.
Exactly.
So if you think in your mind, oh, it's Redding heat, it's not Redding heat. That's hotter. So
that's blasphemous hot. But up there at Trinity Center, it's about 10, sometimes 15 degrees cooler than what it is down here in Redding. So it's lovely.
Yeah, two more opportunities to get your adventure on, and then we switch gears. And these are the ones. There's other retreats, but they're completely like solidly booked, so we didn't put them on here. So these are only the ones with spots left. So if you already signed up and you're like, wait, my retreat's not on here, that's because it's full. So we're not even mentioning your retreat. So there are other arts and crafts retreats, but they're already full. These are the only 2 spots. We only have 4 spots left. Arts and crafts has been super popular, which it should be because it's going to be epic. So there's only 4 spots left for that. Spa has one that's entirely full, and then it has 2 that have a lot of room left. So if you're interested in the spa retreats, they like have massage therapists coming. They have all these super cool things. So if you're interested in the spa retreat, there's still some spots left. And then there are some spots left, as you can see, for our kind of spiritual dreams retreat. And that's a more combined one. As you can see, we have more regions coming together to do that. So if it also interests you to go and kind of meet other people from other regions, that, because we figured by October, we're going to, all feel more confident about vaccinations and things like that. So we plan to just get you all together in October. So
Absolutely.
If that's interesting to you, that's another retreat. But we're really excited for the ones that have already happened and the ones that are all full up, because it just is sharing with us people are ready to get back together and be a community. So
And the facility is just beautiful, and it's so great to be there. And so it's just so, and there's so much to do. So we do expect a lot of these to fill up faster than you would think. I mean, and usually in our world, people kind of tend to make some decisions at the last minute. So we do want to encourage you to, if you're going and you're somebody who you want to have go, talk to them now. Management, please talk to staff and clients, and encourage them to get off the fence and get the registration in and get their money in.
I thought you were going to say tookus, because you like to say tookus.
Well, I want all of them, not just a tookus. Anyway.
I was like, you did it like you do when you're going to get your tookus. I thought you were.
This is my get your tookus move.
It is.
I didn't know I had a tookus move.
You do. Okay. Anyway,
Weird.
then these are things
Anyway,
you know when you're married for 20 years.
Yes.
You know the get your tookus move.
My kids have recently started making it a family joke that apparently I have a bunch of sighs, like and they know what they mean. Like if I'm really hungry and I eat the first bite of food, my body reacts to it, and I just, without being aware, I go and they'll all start giggling and look at each other. I'm like, did I do it again? Yes, you did. I'm just glad I don't do that old man get in the chair and go.
He doesn't have that sigh yet.
I don't have that one. So anyway, enough about old man size. But yeah, definitely. But let's encourage people to get in these things. The spots will fill up, and they don't want to miss an opportunity if they want to go.
I want to also say that it's lovely up there. If you're a staff person and you don't necessarily, your client for whatever reason does not want to go or can't go, and you still want to go, there's also opportunities for you to be partnered with a client or to just go up and have a room to yourself and hang out there, because it is really a very lovely place. Many of you know this, but Eric and I actually have been going up there for years and years and years as a strategic planning site. And that's how we're aware of this place. And so our kids have basically grown up there, and they take their perler beads and they make, they pick the fruit. There's cherries up there right now that are ripe.
There'll be blackberries in October.
Yeah, there'll be blackberries in September.
In September.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, and in October, but anyway, so there's fruit to pick. There's just so many different things to do. So staff, if you're also interested in going, but your client is not, there's opportunities for you to go as well.
Absolutely. You can take your family. You don't have to worry about to say.
No, they can't take family. Sorry, no.
Oh, your family. You don't want your family. Family is not welcome.
I was like, no, I've been asked that, and I said no, because we didn't have enough room.
Oh, it's a spatial thing. Sorry. Well, if your family is really tiny. Let's get small. No, anyway.
Okay. So next, some updates. Bravo Bucks are happening.
They're back.
Yeah. So client, if you have Bravo Bucks, go find them. They may have been stored somewhere.
You've been hoarding them.
Yeah.
Not by choice. You're gonna have a big payday.
Yeah, since they got canceled last year, you may have a stack somewhere. That's okay. We're going to make sure you have plenty of things to spend your Bravo Bucks on, as well as we will be, so be looking for the dates and places where, like, for instance, Siskiyou is going to have its own. That's going to be separate from the Reading area. So we're really trying to make sure everyone gets to participate, since it's been a long time since we've done Bravo Bucks. So the team is feverishly working on locations for all the different Bravo Buck auctions. and the information will be coming out. Look for it. Likely they start in August and they're going to go through some of the fall. So look for those events and get those Bravo Bucks together if you're a client, or if you are a CF or ILSM, start
Dishing them out.
writing them out because Bravo Bucks are coming back.
Don't be Ebenezer Scrooge. Write those Bravo Bucks out. All right, cool stuff. Hey, Ecor, raise your hand if you were on Ecor before. Awesome, that's so cool. It's what's crazy is we first did Ecor in 2019. I think most of those people have like promoted into management, which is congratulations. But yeah, so Ecor is back. It's the engagement core team, Ecor we call it, and we were thinking about wearing those shirts today, but we didn't like them.
Yeah, we decided to go with the Brandon.
The brand. We wanted to give props to Brandon, but we are really excited to have the Ecor team back together.
So if you're wondering what it is, just to give you a little synopsis, is our engagement core is really an opportunity for us to get a broad spectrum of people together, from field staff to office staff, ILS, SLS, different positions in the organization, together to kind of talk through and give feedback and information to us about what some things we need to know. So today we have our very first Ecor. We had a sign up for it. If you're still super interested in it, I think there's a couple more spots, especially for field staff. For your office, I'm sorry, we got plenty of you, just kidding. But we do need more field staff. So if you're a field staff and you're interested, reach out to your supervisor and get information, and there might be room to still sign up. Not for today's, but they're going to keep happening. And we actually plan on expanding this program pretty substantially over the next couple of years. So you'll hear more and more, because we'd love to be able to provide the same kind of gathering for our clients, for stakeholders, for different parts of our organization, so that we can just make sure we're really hearing from people and we are getting the feedback necessary to make the right decisions and see how the things that we are doing are influencing and affecting our environment. So we want to do all that and do it even a grander, bigger scale. But we're going to just start with this experience of hearing from a group of you and starting today.
I just love it because this was something we started in 2019 and we intended to keep it going. And then, as somebody recently said, 2020 didn't exist, but we're getting it back, baby. We're getting it back. So it's I'm
excited. Yeah. So Eric and I are on that today. And
are we on, or are we just going to be sitting behind the glass window?
No, we're on. We're on.
All right. Awesome. Cool.
For part of it. And then Jennifer takes over, because Jennifer is
do I have something to say? Do I have
yes, you have. I'm sure you do. All right.
I always have something to say. All right. Well, great. Hey, lastly is Ren 2. How many of you have heard of, just kidding, I know you've all heard of Ren 2. First of all, I want to say thank you to our team who have been working so hard to, within our SLS and ILS departments, to establish things with our new models. We're really proud of you guys.
Michelle asked a question in our question time about kind of what's the purpose of the Renaissance 2 schedule. So let's go ahead and kind of work that into this conversation right here. Anyway, yeah, you already had the mic, so I just wanted to feed you a question.
Thank you. All right, the purpose. Okay, so Renaissance 2. Basically, we want to make sure that our clients get the best, most consistently quality service possible. Not just great on Monday, but great 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And some of you may have never received caregiving or babysitting consistently, or for like your kids, or a nanny, or somebody brings their self into your home environment and is there all the time, regularly. If you haven't experienced that as a recipient of it, then you might not be aware of how stressful that whole idea is, letting somebody else into your home. Your home is kind of your safe space. When somebody else comes into it and they're bringing themselves, well, I don't know them maybe, and what if I don't always like them, or what if there's something.
What if I have a certain thing I like to do with a certain staff on Tuesdays, and then on Tuesday rolls around, they're not there.
Exactly. So, my sister-in-law, she has someone with disability, and occasionally they get respite care. And if they don't know exactly who their respite care worker is, it's very stressful for them, because that means they have to reteach that person how to handle their son and how to help their son. They have to reteach them how the house works. Every time there's somebody new, it puts stress and strain on the family. And that's going to happen to some degree, but we want to minimize that as much as possible. The other thing is, if you, like Sadie mentioned, if you're the service recipient and you know that Tuesdays is the day that
Bowling activity.
Exactly. You have a bowling activity on Tuesdays, so you like to go to the bowling alley, but it only happens on Tuesdays, and you have one staff who enjoys bowling more than anybody else, you want that staff with you on Tuesdays. And so we work with our clients to do that. But what we've done historically with our schedules is we've never put staff on a consistent schedule assigned and called that their job.
I think one of the things you've said before that I think is super true is we have design schedules around the least dedicated individual. You want to kind of describe what that means?
Yeah. So let me finish what I was saying, and then I will.
Okay.
So what we've tried to do now is, instead of having schedules be hodgepodgey and just basically all kind of chaotic, bring some consistency and stability for the client's sake as well as for the worker's sake, so that all people involved have some certainty about what their life is like. They know where they're supposed to work, or they know who's supposed to work with them and when. That sort of consistency and stability brings a lot of comfort and peace to people. In the past, what we've done is, whenever we had a hole, we would just hire somebody to fill a hole, and we wound up creating these schedules that were all kind of cattywampus.
Well, often in a brand new employee would be like, well, I can't really work on Saturday, but I could do Sunday. And you're like, oh, I already have a staff for Sunday, but I really need a staff. So I'll hire you for Sunday, and I'll move the schedule around because someone else is willing to work on Saturday.
And so what we would do, this is to your question, Sadie, is what we would do is then we would start building schedules around the new part-time worker. So who might be a great person and who might be somebody who's going to grow into a fabulous long-term team member. But at first, the new guy or the new gal is truthfully the least committed and least knowledgeable and least experienced person. And we kind of start wrapping the client's life and the team's life around that new guy or gal. And that's not really fair. So, and that doesn't promote quality of service. There's other things that it does. It drives up cost. It drives up, it creates more mistakes because you got to retrain a ton of people. So
it makes a lot of variability for HSS.
Exactly. So there's a lot of problems with all of it. But the most important outcome of our Rent2 schedules is that the clients know who they get and when, and the staff know, hey, my job has this schedule. So, think of it like this. I don't know what Jen's doing, a happy dance. I saw that, Jen. Anyway, so she didn't hear me. Anyway, so any job that you really have will have a schedule. Like, for example, to my right now, here's Mary Left. Mary Flom. Mary Flom. She is our, what's your job, Mary? Marketing coordinator. She has a set schedule. She knows she's supposed to be in the office certain days of the week, certain times of those days, certain times a day. She could, if she just wanted to say, hey, Sadie, can I start coming in Fridays and Saturday nights and working overnight in the office? Sadie would scratch her head, blink at her, and go, I love you, but
no.
Do you need to get your medication adjusted? What? No, of course not. That's a ridiculous request. You don't just change the entire working environments around one person. But we have historically,
because then her whole team would have to start coming in. In her situation. And exactly. So it's like, oh my gosh, we created all this chaos because she's like, you know what I'd rather do?
And everybody who works with Mary would have to adjust their working schedule. So a team has stability and knows when they can count on each other, and they stick to it. So, but we've never really, until this year, applied that to our staffing models in SLS. So that's what Renaissance 2 is really doing, is it's attempting to boost stability and quality in our service in SLS by bringing consistency in our schedule. Mm-hmm. So is that do you think that I don't have?
No, I think that's great. Why with the Rent2 schedule? So
that's why it is. So if you're talking with staff, or if you are a staff and you're wondering why have we done all this, it's actually because we have really concluded, after doing this for 25 years, So this isn't just a crazy wild hair idea. We've got a lot of experience behind us on this one. We've concluded that the best thing for our clients and our teams is consistency. Now, there will always be turnover. There will always be holes to fill. There will always be
Life. There's
life
going to be
happens.
life.
Life gonna happen. People get sick. People,
Client goes to day program,
goes to day
doesn't go to day
you
program.
got support, or we don't. There's all kinds of people change. Life happens. So there will always be that component. But we don't want to build our structure around the uncertainty. We want to build a structure that has certainty but has flexibility for what we can't control. So that's what we've done.
It's really great. Okay. So the other thing that's on this slide update wise is just to really so Eric really spent some time on 65%. Our goal was only 50% by this time. So yay, you guys, getting at 65% at this point. And I know we have a few schedules that would be able to go into Renaissance ideal schedules.
We would probably be at 80% right now if we just could hire about 10 different people.
Yeah.
Because of those
and not
individuals.
lose 10
And not lose
people.
anybody else. If we could hire those, like a handful of positions that this one position could get filled, they could we would reset a bunch of other client schedules and then whap-ho. But it's so come on, people, come back to work. Come back to work.
Just throw my little plug in. We're doing a really cool summer referral program. If you don't know about it, go find out about it because it's really cool and it's an opportunity for you to get some fun stuff and work with your friends. Then ILS, the goal for ILS is that we want each of the ILSMs, which is a fixed cost, to have a really solid caseload underneath them and managing that. And we're at 60% on that, which is really good. So we're really happy because you think about it, these are June results. Actually, these are May results. So if we're at 60%, we're winning. Both of those are winning.
On track. We want to be at 80% on both of those. 80% on both of those? Well, 80% on the 65. It should be 100% of our goal on ILS.
Yeah.
But it's still got 7 months of the year really to count. So, all right. So keep it up, guys. Keep up the great work.
Yep.
We're proud of you.
All right. I'm just going to spend a minute on the slide so we can get to the questions. I just want to remind everyone we are rolling out some new training that's going to be part of our REN 2. We just so everyone's aware, what we've done is essentially before it was you had to progress through our program. So you start out as a Life Guide 1, work here a season, then you became a Life Guide 2, work here a really long season, and hopefully you had an opening, and then you could become a pro. Well, we decided to do away with that because one, it was not encouraging us. We were not getting individuals that maybe came from other careers. Like for instance, maybe they worked in a group home for 10 years. They weren't able to come into our system and be able to get the right pay or the right package as far as hours. Because they had to go through our steps. So this kind of allows us to hire maybe some more qualified, ready candidates out there in all of our roles. But what that meant is we had to reconfigure all of our training. So our Life Guide 1 training is now, which is essentially our open. That's been set up, and it's 15 hours of training. So we also just kind of wanted to brag on our team. How much training each and every one of our staff get in each of their positions. Then for the Life Guide 2, they'll have a total of 33 hours, and this is going to be some live webinar simulcast events as well as quite a few videos. We're currently working on those videos. In fact, just today, Zeb will be going in and doing a QSP video. So we're gonna have lots of different videos on lots of different topics that individuals can watch. And if they're a Life Guide 2, if they're a Life Guide 2 or 3. And then 3s will do all those things we just talked about. And then they will also attend a few different in-person trainings. They'll come into the office, they'll get the opportunity to interact with the regional manager of that area, as well as what we are calling affectionately the traveling roadshow with the individuals in our training and excellence department, our nursing staff, as well as Andy with some behavioral training and experience. And there'll be other people that get added to that over time, but we're really excited about being able to bring some things back in-house, have some in-person trainings, have some opportunities for people to get together, get to know each other a little bit. As we all know, this line of work does best in a community. The island work is not really work that works.
Can't do social work without the social.
Yep. So
it just becomes work.
It's just work. which,
But,
yeah.
but hey, so I'm just curious. So does that mean that the Life Guide 1 gets 15 hours of training, and the Life Guide 2 gets another 33 hours? So that's a total of 33
Total
hours.
of 33, and then a
Okay.
total of 50.
Okay, but that it does not include one-on-one custom training at the home. with
No,
the
no, no.
clients.
That's none of that includes COC trainings or shadow training or any other like team trainings or team, because we do quite a bit of things like, for instance, if you get in a home where there's sliding scale insulin, that would be a
Right.
specific training in the home for that topic. So no, this is just our general training plan. There'll still be very individualized specific trainings based on the client and what they got going on in their home.
Nice. Just so you guys know, this schedule and this quantity of training, including all these custom or specialized trainings, Compass really is an industry leader. We might be the industry leader for the quantity, and I believe the quality of training that we provide our field staff in SLS for how to do their job. I know other agencies, they do somewhere between 4 and 8 hours of training, and they say good luck with you.
Well, I
And-
mean, and just being like transparent, we are
used-
doing so much better. We
Yeah,
used to be
we
that
used to be those
organization.
agents. We used to be that.
We used to be an organization that just had really a video you watched for 4 hours and then you were done, which of course isn't optimal. So as we've looked at ourselves, this is what's come out of us looking at ourselves and getting a really great group of people. I'm so excited about our training excellence team and what they're doing. I mean, we've got lots of support really from all regional managers, supervisors are involved in these trainings right now. But even our ILS supervisor, Cassandra's on the team as well. So we're getting a well-rounded team working on this, but training and excellence team is really driving it. And I'm really, really proud of them.
And we call that team training and excellence. And we, with a little emphasis on the word excellence there, because it's one of our values. We want to be excellent. Excellent isn't perfect. It doesn't mean you do it right every time. It means you are always striving to improve and provide the best possible thing. And so we're not funded for our training. We don't get extra funding for training.
We don't get
We
anything
have
for our
to-
training.
Exactly, but we're still committed to it because we know how important it is.
Yeah. So
So great
that's
job.
why a lot of people kind of shortcut it because there isn't any funding. We get paid essentially only for an hour of service. So we only get paid both in ILS and in SLS for when we go in and do an hour of care. That's how our whole system is based. So essentially when they're in the office getting trained, we don't get any dollars for that. So we pay out, but don't get any money back. So this is absolutely an investment in our culture, in our company, in our clients, and of course in our staff. So, okay, and we've been working really hard on it. We're really excited about it. It's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, well, we have just a few questions. If you would love to submit, if you were like, oh man, that one thing that they said, I'd really like to know more about it, submit it in the chat because we're gonna get through our questions really quick. We only had 5 and we already answered one, which was Michelle's question about Renaissance 2. Leah said thank you. So thank you, Leah, back to you. We do appreciate the thank yous. You don't have to send them, but we do like them. And then Sharon asked about, and you basically answered this question. So it was about the masks and, if you're vaccinated, you have to wear a mask. And we really answered that question already.
Exactly. I do want to emphasize though, Compass will not be putting out a vaccine passport. Some states are doing it, some states are not. Some businesses are considering doing it. Compass absolutely will not do a vaccine passport. I find that notion offensive. actually.
Yeah,
So we
it's
won't-
just yucky.
it's just, yeah, we won't do it.
Okay, Sharon also asked about 401k. Do you want to just say generally
sure.
what the policy is about
Well,
that?
first of all, whenever you have questions about our benefits, we have a HR department that is ready for you. Love to answer.
We always,
questions.
so in the past, we've always just used Val's name, like just call Val. Well, Val is no longer just Val.
Yeah, we have a team. So, call the office. We'll get you directed to the person that can answer all your questions in just really agonizing detail. Don't worry about
Far better detail than we'll give today.
Exactly. So I first want to direct you that way. And we're happy. They're there for you. They exist to serve you. So don't be afraid to call. okay?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
number one.
It's not the principal, I promise.
Exactly, right. So, but as far as the actual question is, well, how long do you have to be employed at Compass? You have to be employed for a calendar year, and basically in a rule of thumb, and you have to work 1,000 hours for Compass in that year. So there's a couple of different metrics, and it can get kind of complicated. It's actually governed by federal law. There are these really strict rules. They audit us and they yell at us if we did it wrong. And if we let somebody get in before they're allowed to, we get in trouble and we got to give them their money back. Or if we didn't let somebody in who was supposed to, we got to
We get in trouble.
So it's really policed by the government. So because they want to make sure that it's a benefit that's fair. So there's a lot of rules. So it's not like we've set policies and said, sorry, Charlie, it's the federal government set rules and we all had to say, thank you. May have another. So either way, so that's not enough information really to answer the question because I don't want to get into that kind of detail because it's very specific to each person. Call HR. That's what they're there for.
Greg asked a series of questions, but the one that we're gonna make sure we answer is, will Compass be going to Disneyland next year? No plan as of yet, Greg, but you just never know about us. I know, I just want to kind of encourage clients, like, yes, absolutely, we plan these retreats, but you also can work with your CF or your ILSM. And you can come up with your own plan. Like we are not going to be the only one who plans trips because we could not go all the places everyone wants to go, nor could we do all the things everyone wants to do. I know we've had people take, cruises to Alaska and other people, go to Hawaii, or maybe you don't have those kind of funds. Maybe you just want to go camping. So there's, and I wish that we just, we're a travel agency, but we're not. We're actually an SLS and ILS agency, and we do this on the side. This is our fun side hustle of planning trips for people.
And it's a hustle.
It is a hustle. But if those are kinds of things that you want to do, I would absolutely positively talk to your staff, but then also talk to your CF or ILSM and come up with a plan and do it on your own, because these trips are not, you don't have to wait for Compass to go on a cool trip. We will probably go to Disneyland again. So if it's really more fun for you to go with a big group of people, cool. But I'll be honest, sometimes a group of people can be a drag and you'd rather go without a group of people.
That's right. And besides, if you wait for us to go,
We're still on right.
yeah. If you wait for a Compass event, you might wait because we have a bunch of different options and we don't want to make you wait too long. But if you want to go to Disneyland and you just go and work with your CF or your ILSM and the Circle support makes that thing happen, then when you do go with Compass, you'll know more than everybody.
Yeah,
and
you'll be
the genius.
You'll be like, you know what? I'm going straight to the tiki room because it's the best.
I love the tiki
We
room.
like the tiki room.
Especially when it's hot. You can get your Dole Whip and you can go inside the ride, watch the show, eating your Dole Whip.
Yeah,
And,
and it's music. And anyway, we like the tiki room. Sorry, that's
it was my grandma's favorite
a
place.
gratuitous free
Yes,
plug
and
for
I'm
the
gonna
tiki
enjoy it for
room.
a moment because it was my grandma's favorite place, and I love my grandma. She's passed on, and she's in heaven now. But so every time we go there, it reminds me of my grandma.
Yeah,
Anyway,
our kids love it. And they sing the tiki song. It's so, even our teenagers, they're so freaking cute. Okay, Kira asked a question about being a leader, which we'll answer during our mentor time, because that's where we're focused on leadership, is on our mentor time.
Mhm.
Did anyone have any questions for us? Okay, great.
awesome. Okay, so something happened. We had a bad thing happen to one of our staff here. Was it yesterday or the day before?
It was 2 days ago, yeah.
Wednesday. Sherry Hill, she lost her
Sandy
house.
Hill.
Sandy, what did I say?
Sherry.
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Sandy Hill, forgive me. Sandy, she lost her house in a fire. It wasn't a wildfire that took like a whole bunch. It was just hers. So I don't know the story behind it, what caused it or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. What's important is that somebody we love suffered a really pretty severe tragedy. So we're kind of rallying. So
Compass has been rallying, but we thought this would be an awesome opportunity for other people to rally. Eric and I, of course, take a very special, like this is a very close to our hearts, understanding losing your home. And so, and just there, there's insurance and there's things, but it's not quite the same because there's still things that you can't get back. And so
it takes a while.
And
We lost our
having a
house.
community that rallies around you means a lot to
Oh my
you.
gosh, it felt so good to have people support us when we lost our home. It took us 3 years to get our home, get a replacement home. So even if she has insurance, which she does, which will help her eventually, it's still really tough now.
Yeah. So feeling the love of your community is really, really important in this season. And this is just one way you can kind of share your feelings and your love for our community. So in the link, there's going to be a GoFundMe. So if that's something, if you are like, gosh, I'd like to, there's another, that's not my favorite way. I want to do something different. I hope she doesn't mind me calling her out. Courtney's really taking quite a bit of lead on this. So Courtney, our supervisor in The Far North area is taking quite a bit of lead on this. So she and her team can get you connected if there's another way. Like, for instance, you're like, one thing I would say is, let's not donate a bunch of stuff. That's hard because sometimes it's like, anyway, if you want to find out something like new that she wants and you want to buy that for her, that's something people did for us, which was really, really nice. We got, new toaster and things like that. Because, you don't have any of your appliances. There's just a lot of things that it's kind of surprising how many things you had and you don't have anymore. So you can reach out to Courtney. She's here, got the Compass Cares, and you can find that out. And can you just throw actually her email on there too? So if people want to reach out to Courtney. So, but this is one way you can do it, is the GoFundMe. And she's, that just, we had someone set up a GoFundMe for us. And, like Eric said, we had insurance, but just the feelings, the love felt really good.
And there's the GoFundMe that she has right now. So obviously it's only a 5,000, guys, we need to blow that away. It's a $5,000 goal. We can do way better than that. So kick down, share, and leave a note and a prayer. So it really means a lot having.
She's been with our organization for quite a while and really is just a dear person. So we would love to be able to give her some love and positive feelings in this hard season. So. Okay.
All right. What other questions do we have, Mary? Yeah, I'll give you just a few seconds. Okay.
So Mary's going to answer you directly since we don't have time to answer your question. So if you put a question in the chat, look for the answer. Don't log right off because she's going to answer you as we end.
Of course. I understand.
I do too. So Moni was saying maybe we could do the training at Coffee Creek, which is where the Life Guide 3 training, which is where the Carville Inn is. So
brilliant idea.
There may be some plans in the work for maybe e-core or some other type things to get you, have a day. I don't know. Maybe something like that's going to happen in the future. We'll see.
We know a guy.
All right.
I know a guy.
Okay, well,
anything else? Any comments? All right.
I want to give one last plug. Tune in next time. It is in August. It is our 25th anniversary. Yeah, it's only our 20th. We're just young kids. But next time in August, it's our 25th anniversary as Compass. It's also Eric's birthday. They just happen to coincide, and then we're gonna have a lot of fun and some giveaways and some fun stuff. So definitely meet back up with us in August.
That's right. And you know what? I'm gonna be spontaneous here, getting back to Sandy's situation. Wednesday is our anniversary. I don't know if you're the giving type. I love it if you made an anniversary present to us, to Sandy. So just say, hey, I'm in celebrating Eric and Sadie's 20th anniversary and Compass's 25th. We're donating to Sandy. That would feel really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was good. I know our community always blows me away, so I'm not worried about us. We'll do awesome.
I'm just trying to pump it up.
Yeah.
5,000 is nothing. Come on, peeps. Anyway, all right.
All
Love
right,
you guys.
Take care. We'll see you again soon.